Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
We've done more than 50 episodes. She has not got that right once. It's very funny.
Why? What am I supposed to get right? What am I not
Because
doing
I say,
wrong?
here's Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you? And every time, either before I say something or middle of say something, she'll be like, morning, everyone. I don't care. I just think it's fucking hilarious. Actually, what I love was I had this big, long conversation. Probably a couple weeks ago, we had an episode where we discussed how I can be quite enraging when I'm like, hey, I'm waiting for you to send me that thing, and send me that thing. And we had a long discussion. Whenever, because I'm being very controlling over it because I'm crazy that way, right? So I try and make it nice. Oh, nice that you rolled your eyes. You can go fuck yourself. What an asshole. She thinks I didn't see. These eyes see everything, okay? So, except if you hide in the small of my back, then I feel like you disappeared. Victoria does that. I'm like, don't ghost me. She'll stand right behind me, and I can't find where she is. Anyways, what I told Chris was, listen, I want you to send me the video from the previous recording before we record another one so I can keep it all in order. Now, so I started the Zoom meeting, and all of a sudden my phone dings, and I'm like, well, that's peculiar. So I'm waiting for Crystal to join.
This wasn't today or anything. This is something he's bringing up from like last week, like an old girlfriend.
Except what I'm telling you now happened right now, this second, was literally, I checked my phone, I'm like, well, who did send anything? Who is it? It's Crystal. She just sent the video before she joined the Zoom conversation. I'm like, you motherfucker.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I didn't. That video was sent like way longer ago. You just didn't check it. Thank you very much.
Did I not?
That video, I sent that at like 2 o'clock or way earlier. I sent it very long ago, guys.
Let's be honest, guys. Who do we believe? Right? Come on.
I have proof. I will put my email on this video.
I have
what number
every
is this?
time that she sent it, she sends me a message.
Again?
Hey, it's sent. Did I get one of those today?
Oh.
Did anybody get one of those today?
No, he didn't.
I did not.
No, he didn't. Oh my god, so that's the fault. And not only, so 2 seconds before we started this, I'm like, I should change my shirt, blah, blah, blah. So, and then I go and I put on this dress that makes me look like I'm in like a amusement, like a clown theater.
Hi, Miss Morency.
Like,
what are we learning in grade 2 today?
I'm like, this is no fun. So then I went and put on like this jacket to like, kind of cover it up.
How does a dress become fancy? Put a blazer on it. This is a misnomer. And women have been thinking about this for a long time. Like, I'll just put a blazer on. No,
bam.
It's not okay. I'm not saying
you just do it up.
I think you look great. I'm not going to say that. Okay. What I'm saying is this.
There we go, guys.
Think about it. Think about this. Whenever you say to yourself, I gotta gussy this up, you know what? I'll put a blazer on, okay? Is the exact same thought process as a guy who someone says, you probably need a haircut soon, eh? And you're like, I'll just wear a hat. Boom. Hat goes on, out the door. Why? Because men are stupid. But the logic is sound. Now, the fact is, if you're trying to gussy things up, a hat doesn't work. Our editor will be like, I'm going to wear my cowboy hat. I'm like, please don't walk with me down the street because you're a fucking loser. He's like, well, I got cowboy boots. I'm like, yes, but no horse. And you're not a cowboy. So that doesn't work. And that's.
But no horse.
And he's like, no, I'm cool. And I'm like, it's not cool. It was never cool when cowboys did it. It was out of necessity. None of this makes any fucking sense.
I put way too much horror makeup on today for this.
Me too. I definitely put on too much horror makeup.
It's all like going to my eyes. I'm like, because I use this like powder shit to make that sexy smoky eye. And I swear I got it all up in my eyes.
Just come by, I'll punch you in the face a couple times, you'll be fine. You'll have a smoky thing for like a week or so.
You'll get that smoke.
Yeah. The puffiness will go down after a couple days, and then you'll be all like, ooh. And I'm pretty sure if I can crack you twice, like a pop, then we'll get the same kind of, it'll be it'll even be like above your eyebrow. We'll be like, ooh, it's so crazy.
How do you think that I have high cheekbones in the first place, Dino?
This no longer became
This
funny.
didn't come natural.
And it just became awkward.
It was funny.
It's funny for you, but now I'm like, well, I'm a piece of dog shit, so. Ta-da!
I was joking,
Teach me to make fun of people.
This is just natural.
I've had a very emotional day. It's been a roller coaster of a day.
Why? What happened? Tell us.
Well,
no, we really want to know what happened.
well,
Dino.
I watched 2 movies. Well, one documentary, one movie today, and we've talked about how about Superman and stuff like that. So I watched The Man of Steel was the second one, and The Man of Steel with Henry Cavill is very emotional for me because Superman is incredible. That's why he's Superman and not Okay Man. Okay, let's be honest.
That's awesome.
It's true. And that's why it's listen, Superman, and this is the thing. In one, just as a spoiler alert. Sorry, now I can't not look at you, and you're like, you're using different parts of your hand to try and get it out because you don't want to smudge it more. Nothing's good.
No, because I don't want to put it back in there.
Oh, is that true? I don't know. What the fuck do I have long, beautiful eyelashes and nicely shaped eyebrows naturally.
I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did this for this video. Why do I do this for these videos?
Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe on that point. We love our viewers so much that we try and encourage.
We do. That's why I get shit in my eyes for you guys.
Not that kind of videos, guys. Not that kind of videos. But in the meantime, hey, you know what? Why don't I just bring up that we're not just available on YouTube. We send out notices on our Facebook fan page, which is the Morning Motivational Rant, as well as Instagram, which is also Morning Motivational Rant. But our podcast is available on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So we're incredible, just so you know. I thought I'd just let you know. But that being said, yeah, you're welcome. And
fucking awesome.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Sorry I interrupted what you were
saying. No, that's okay. So anyways,
I can't remember.
There's a scene in Superman, or Man of Steel, where Kevin Costner plays his dad, and he does a great job, plays Jonathan Kent. And Jonathan Kent essentially sacrifices himself instead of Clark Kent exposing his powers. And he did that to protect his son. And it's very, very emotional because it's essentially the ultimate sacrifice a father would make for his son. It's that he would, knowing that he could save him, he said, no, the world isn't ready for it. It's very emotional. Now, the problem here is that before that, I watched a new documentary called Athlete A. And I wanted to rip out my fucking mind and then beat a bunch of people to death with it because it's about the gymnastics organization, USA Gymnastics. What the fuck is wrong with people? You know what, guys? I knew a few friends that were in gymnastics. I obviously wasn't in gymnastics, let's be honest, okay? That's a given. And the thing is that there was always this, and they go through it, how gymnastics before 1976, I believe the time was always women. It was women who were gymnasts. But in 1976, a girl from Romania, and she was a girl, she was 14 years old, she won the gold medal. And that kind of changed everything. So now it's all these prepubescent women. No, prepubescent, the girls. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Yeah. And then it goes on to explain how USA Gymnastics, they were being abused and then they kind of go, and the funny thing is, not funny, it's not funny, that's a word whisker, and I apologize, it's not funny at all. And essentially they go through and explain how it wasn't just the psychological and physical torture to become better gymnasts, which was a tried and true Russian way of...
My check is tight. Sorry.
This is the best. This is you know what? This is. I could not ask for a better co-host. It's honestly, it's the perfect. It's you need levity. Boom! I'm talking super high level serious shit, and she's like, "Hey, watch this." And it's like, yeah, this is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better co-host.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm being
Sorry.
totally serious right now. It's perfect. Because I don't want to be too serious. But essentially, after all of the physical and mental torture and breaking down that they were doing, which, look, like, I understand the rationale behind it. And it was a Russian technique. And in the Eastern Bloc, they used to do it. And that's why they would use it for kids, because they were easy to manipulate. But then the problem is that, in turn, their safety person was a doctor, and this doctor was molesting these girls. And you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, and then it proceeds to just go so out of control that they were hiding the allegations, protecting people, this, that, and the other. And you're just like, okay, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, and the parents, you see them and they're so, like, you can see how disappointed they are in themselves that they put their child in that situation. And I'm like, I get it. I totally get it. But, like, what are you going to do?
And probably pressured them while they were in that situation. Because they had spent lots of money on it, they had spent lots of... They probably pressured them to do well, to stay with it. To
well, no,
fit
not
into,
even that. It was more so that that they trusted the people that they reported it to. The people that they said, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Don't worry, we're taking care of it. We're taking action." Okay, but then it's like, so what happened? We are taking action, and it kind of just became a broken record where they're not doing anything. They're like, okay, so we went a level up. And they were like, "Don't worry, we're taking action." And it turns out that no, that they didn't do fuck all, right? No. And I'm proud of those women for not only standing up. It's not easy. I know it's not, like, I don't know, but I can understand the psychological trauma of it and how you have to come to grips with that before you can accuse and everything and be able to be attacked. Because these women are, every one of them who took a stand gets fucking railroaded, and not in a hot way. Like, they just get attacked, and it's fucking, and you're like, listen, I understand certain parts of it where you're going, well, maybe she's full of shit, and it's like, okay, but is that a reason to make people feel that way? Like, it's very, very tricky, and that's why, like, one of the episodes, okay, the episode that I was editing today and to upload for tomorrow, we were talking, I brought up about how when I was working at Canadian Tire, I was stocking shelves. You probably remember this. Mind you, it was like 30 episodes ago. But essentially how this girl was like, "Okay, could you help me find something?" And I was like, "Sure." And as I was looking up, I was like, "Looking good." As I kept looking up, I'm like, "Looking real good." And then I saw her face, and I jumped like 5 feet back, and I'm like, "Wow!" Because she was like 14 years old, and I was 17. And I'm like, "Hi." I was like, what can I help you with?" And she's just like, "Where's this?" I'm like, "Way over there." Just
get way back there.
And that's the thing is, like, and we were discussing how it's like it's a little bit weird because you see younger people being more sexualized, and then you have one side people who are like, well, they should be able to wear whatever you want, which I totally agree with. I don't understand, though, why are people getting sexualized at such a young age? And it's very, I know I have a very old way of thinking, and doesn't make sense, but it's fucking odd. Like, I don't get it, because, like, do you remember being young and, like, I can't wait to grow up so I can go fucking take the world by its horns or testicles, whichever one you chose, right? Everyone thinks like that when they're really young, but truth be told is, fuck, go back. It's all fucked. It's all fucked after you hit 18.
Stay child. Stay children. Be a child. Have a childhood, though. I think it's important to grow. But I
that
think it's
almost went really weird when you're like, be a child, have a child. I'm like, no.
No, not at the same time.
That's not what she said, so we're good. That's good.
Oh my God, I wish I did not. We had more time for this, even though I had all day to plan for this, because I am so uncomfortable right now. I'm like, this dress is really tight at the bottom because it fits loose up here, but it's so tight around my ass right now. I can't get my jacket done. Like, I can get it done up, but it's so uncomfortable to sit.
This is what you do. We can't see from about, okay, so Chris, whatever the fuck her name is, Crystal, just asked what's on my shirt so you guys at home can see. It says, sarcasm, it's how I hug. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, for you, simple solution. What you do is you take off the blazer, you drape it over your legs. That way you can hike your skirt up, no one can tell, but you can let your booty get some air. See? It's called solution, people.
Nope, I can't do that because I don't want to take off this jacket again. This dress is ugly. I don't know why I changed.
Just go on. Listen, I'll talk the fuck out of these guys. Don't worry. You guys are fine with it. I'm sure they're fine with it. I'll talk it up.
Okay,
you bounce. Yeah, just go do that.
You can just almost see up my skirt because it's so short.
I saw nothing. It never happened. Everything's fine. I love my wife. How are you guys doing? You can't really respond. Maybe you should leave some feedback. We love to see your comments. We read every one of them. Some of them will make fun of you back because we're those kind of people. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe, guys. I don't know. It's very peculiar, some of the things that are happening right now. I'm very happy that things are progressing. I literally just see an empty camera space with the unicorn and the middle finger pointing at me. So it's like, hey, this is kind of like the same, but, you know, she's not as chatty. That's it works. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's a weird situation. We're seeing a lot of things with the news. We're seeing a lot of things. You know when you watch a cat jump in front of somebody, like, and they're like, "What the fuck?" That is exactly what she just did. She like literally like leaped onto the area that she's recording, and she's like, I got it. I'm here." Totally different clothes. You know what? Kudos to you, lady, for being able to do that, because that was impressive. I'll tell you right now, I would not be that fast. I would be slower. And I have a...
I even answered the door.
Now I have to ask, though, it's when you were answering the door, was it pre-change, mid-change, or post-change? Is the real question.
Mid-change, kind of. I had my shirt like this.
Somebody got a show, guys. Somebody got a show. That's all right.
Ew, let's not talk about that. Ew, come on. It was my stepdad.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. That's just too far for me now. I don't know, Crystal. Like you understand how this.
What were you talking about?
Well, I was talking about pretty much jack shit. Essentially you left and I lost my mind and just kind of was like the whole time. It was horrible. See, she does bring stuff to the table.
See, guys, he needs me.
Exactly. See, this is the whole thing, is she brings good looks, and that way I'm like, well, I gotta sound really smart and very funny, otherwise we're fucked, right? And that way it works out so well, because then I'm like, all right, I got something to compete with. I said, I'm like, realistically, when you left, it was the unicorn and the middle finger, and I'm like, that's almost her, just less talking. It still works. You know?
And I got my lady in the background, so it's like...
And there's a mannequin lady. It's like, this is not good. This is not a healthy environment, people. It's traumatic.
This is my bedroom.
I don't sleep in a random room. This is not my bedroom. This is we'll call this an office desk, an office area, a workspace. That's bullshit.
Workspace, his work environment. He's got cubicles, thingies around him. Cubicle walls.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So I thought up a new bit. Just because there's a lot of okay, did you hear about there's a new star sign? A star sign? Like a new horoscope?
Like a zodiac sign?
Yes, a new zodiac sign.
Okay. No, I did not hear this.
Essentially it bumps all the other ones. So I'm like, I'm still a Leo, but Victoria is now something else, which I'm like, we don't give a shit about that. And I was making fun. She's like, well, now it means I'm this. I'm like, okay, well, what did the normal one say? She's like, this. I'm like, neither one of those are you jackass.
What does it mean? Like what do you mean it bumps all the other ones? So no, we're all different signs?
Well, some people are.
I always see the Big Dipper. Like, I don't know. That's the only star I ever see is the Big Dipper. I'm like, there it is. Sometimes the Little Dipper. But I always see the Big Little Dipper.
Anyway, the funny part is that so many people are like, I'll never be that sign. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Do you guys not realize that none of that is important? Like, zero. Absolutely none of it. That's like...
Although I'm totally the definition of my sign.
But you're not. You're just who you are. And by chance, what they wrote up makes sense.
It lines up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make you, like, it doesn't make you beholden to, I have to act like, listen, we've both heard it.
No.
Sorry, I'm a Scorpio. Nah, you're a cunt. That's what you are. Go fuck yourself. Why are you,
Dude,
are you
I'm a Scorpio.
So I've definitely said it, though. Then I've definitely said it. Let's be very clear. I've definitely said that to people's face. Very specific people.
I love how you're looking at the camera. You know who you are.
You know who you are. No, that's the thing. Like, I wish we just thought a little bit more. I really feel like mankind has such a broad spectrum on our intelligence that it's disturbing. Do you know? Like, we have people who can't, like, people who are, people who for no reason whatsoever can't put a sentence together and just sound like they're incompetent. And then we have people who are going into space. You know, it's such a broad, and that's the thing, is we've gone over a few times how you and I have had a little bit different experiences in life, but we've realized that our principles are comparable. And while our perspectives are different, we come to very similar conclusions. And I think that should...
Right. He just used fancier words to say how wrong he is.
I'm hiring a new co-host. Whenever everyone wants, feel free to just write in the comments. I'll get back to you.
Hire? You're hiring?
Oh, fuck you, asshole. I'm not getting paid either, you dickhole.
It doesn't come with a pension plan or anything, folks.
Well, I technically already have a pension, so I'm good, but not for anyone else, really. That's private. It's not... Nobody else gets that. That's just for me and my wife. That doesn't... You know? But that's... True.
And his co-host.
Nah, fuck you, man. You gotta...
Come on, I just want a treehouse. How expensive is that?
I will buy a mansion and then make a treehouse just for you. Okay?
Yes, done.
See, the problem is, okay, so I am all for... I'm all for living in nature. I really am. I absolutely am. I'm hands down. I think it's a great thing. I am not okay with not having certain comforts, though. So, like, I want, so if I were to build a tree house, okay, it would have to also have plumbing, so I'm not pooping on people below me.
I like it.
I need electricity, and I would be happy to have like turbines or solar panels, stuff like that. Like, yeah, sure, I'm game for it.
Yeah.
But that's the
wood stove.
Oh, yeah. Well, what the fuck's the point if you're not going to have a wood stove, right? What kind of piece of shit are...
I've only not had a wood stove like 4 times in my life. I've always had wood stoves.
Oh, yeah. And I'm the privileged one. Fuck you, lady, okay? Fuck you.
Wood stoves? Because that's privileged? No, it's because there was no fucking heat. Other than the wood stove.
You meant like poor wood stoves. I meant like rich wood stoves. Like, I've had dinners built on wood stoves by servants, and it was... fucking great. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, because you gotta
Guys, seriously, life goals. A fire-cooked meal by servants, it makes you feel horrible, but while it's happening, you're like, so good. I'm telling you.
I've been thinking about that lately. The whole
they were servants. That's their job. It's not my fault. I don't give a shit.
Idea. Like, they're like, in order to be wealthy, you must have all this possessions and stuff. But then you don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's like, and then you notice how like wealthy people are never happy because then like there's lots of things in life
I'm poor as shit.
I enjoy.
I'm not happy.
Like but I don't care to possess these items. Like, I love looking at beautiful jewels and beautiful stones and stuff, but I don't care to possess them because I like them for their uniqueness there. Like, I think I would lose all I really want in life are, like, the necessities to survive comfortably. Like, I want 4 nice bowls. I want 4 plates. You know, I'm the type of person, like, I own 4 plates, 4 bowls, 4 spoons, 4 forks, and don't like nothing more than you need. I want, 2 sets of sheets, 2 blankets.
I'm totally going to buy her 3 of each thing. That's what I'm going to buy her for Christmas. Just 3 of each thing just to fuck with her. Be like, I bought you 3 plates.
Well, that's cool.
Why would you buy 3 plates? That's all they had. I'll make sure they're like discontinued so she can never get that plate. I am a horrible, I am not a good person. I am not a good person.
But like, I just like the essential stuff. You know, you have 6 towels. You have like just
6 towels.
Enough. You
How did you go from 2 sets of sheets, 4 bowls, and 4 plates, and then 6 towels? What the fuck do you do?
Towels.
You need better towels, fucking.
I just wear the cheap ones from Walmart. I just like getting all the different colors.
All right, fuck that. Christmas, you're getting towels, you fucking weirdo. Holy shit. You know what?
That's like living with, I'm happy with that stuff though. Like just the simple things you need in life that not everybody has to be grateful. Like I can't stand picky eaters because I'm like, that's food. Like eat it. Like if it's put on your table, eat it. And if that's your dinner, eat it. Like I'm like,
I feel like this is a personal attack on me right now.
No, not at all.
Because I'm like...
because people are so greedy and people are so worried about money loss and money gained and I want to be rich and I want to be... But is that going to make you happy? How many rich people do you see? Because I've beaten up a lot of rich people. And I've peed on a lot of rich people. So I don't think they're super happy. Like, do you want to be that guy? Like, really? Like, you know, their wives cheat on them. They're getting plastic surgery. You don't really know what your wife really looks like.
We got to 25 and a half minutes before you brought up peeing on the rich people. I think that's a record. I think that's a record.
Just because I think that I need an employment soon.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I think that's fair. Like, I just pee on people for a living. That's pretty reasonable.
Right? I've been drinking lots of water lately and stuff, so, like, it's super nice.
This doesn't burn your nostrils. So...
I'm well hydrated, drink lots.
This is the problem, is because I like went through and made a bunch of clips for the previous episode before this. I have that episode in my mind, and one of the things was we talked about the Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell, where he goes into like another dimension. And one of the things was when he's like, he collected hadrosaur urine, and he's like, yeah, you're just gonna want to get it all over you, and then probably ingest some, and you're like, ah, and he's like, oh, it really burns the eyes. He goes, you don't want to get it.
Some people are like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
oh. Watching that part.
And you know what? Listen, it takes all sorts. That's fine with you, but I was just like,
yeah.
What happened where you're like, that's how it's going to go?
Money.
Like, that's the stupidest. Well, I'm this rich, so people now have to pee on me. What the fuck? It just doesn't...
Because the girls have done all the rest. Like...
Then what you need is a break. You need a break, okay?
All my favorite comedians are being, like, charged with, like, Me Too shit and stuff. Not charged, but, like, accused
left,
of
right,
Me Too
and
shit.
you know what? Left, right, and center.
And
it's
I'm
scary.
like, shut up, ladies. Like, fuck off.
No!
Like, and that Amy Schwoomer, that fat... Oh, I hate that bitch.
She's a piece of shit.
But that, like, I hate that woman.
No.
Putting down Brian Callen. It's probably because he went, fuck you.
I'm surprised anyone would fuck her. Honestly, she's not. She's not.
Like, her husband, I'm like, how do you put up with that?
That guy gets peed on. That guy gets peed on by not Amy Schumer.
He totally gets peed on.
He gets peed on by not Amy Schumer.
She just doesn't even seem that cool to, like, hang out, like, in their life, you know? Like, it's like, are you okay, buddy? Like, save your safe word.
I definitely want to title this episode, He Gets Peed
pumpkin.
On, but not by not Amy Schumer. No, I don't, like...
If her husband's watching, say pumpkin. And we'll come save you.
I'm not. I'll piss on you, though. For money? I'll piss on you.
He might like it, though. If he's with a woman like that, maybe he likes it.
For sure.
Joke-stealing woman.
Yeah, that's come out a lot about her, too, eh? Which, like, honestly, like... There's been times when I've had similar premises with people. No, but you can have a similar premise and that's fine. But it's when when you're like, when you steal a joke verbatim, you're like, whoa, not okay.
Yeah.
That's really a big faux pas, I find, but because I'm very fancy apparently.
What are you eating in your like?
I'm not eating it yet, and
I've been trying to be so good because every episode I'm like.
That is definitely true. That is exactly what she does during every episode. I have.
Ooh, that tickled the inside of my mouth. I think I've just done that before.
So this is gonna be our last episode.
No.
Every goddamn day, every time I record with this woman, it's gonna result. I'm eating a crispy crunch. Okay.
You had to get my favorite. Why? What? tell me how it tastes.
Interestingly
I
enough,
signed up with a modeling agency for some fucked up reasons. Now I'm like, tell me how that chocolate bar tastes.
you wouldn't like it. It's horrible.
I love those fucking things.
The funny thing is that this company had done this crazy things where they made it enjoyable so it can be the favorite from lots of people, not just yours. So that's why I got it, because it's also one of my favorites, and I enjoyed it very much.
You just wanted to... I'm like, I want to bite it. I wish we could share it through the TV. Or through the...
I'll be honest with you, I've been watching a lot of those videos where people do that. Not one of them is appropriate.
What do you mean? What kind of
Well,
videos?
essentially,
What are these videos?
somebody
Like
will
this
like
video?
thrust towards one side of a camera, and the other person all of a sudden gets like a penis across their nose. They're like, whoa! Yeah.
How does that work?
But
Oh,
you just...
there's somebody else's penis in the room.
Yeah. So
Oh.
one person from one camera, like on TikTok, puts their dick in the again through the camera, not at the camera, like to the side, and the other person on this side. It's like I go,
Are you
what?
happy we didn't go on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't. I
Because
didn't.
now that all this TikTok controversial stuff is coming
Well,
up, that the Chinese are like...
I never really liked TikTok. I thought it was really creepy. And then when I found out,
too old.
definitely too old. But then when I realized that it was a very popular with the very young children, I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's why we can't go on there. Nobody on TikTok should be watching our videos. If you're on TikTok, please do not watch our videos.
Not because of age, just because we don't like you. Go fuck yourself.
Well, fuck, because people give into fads way too easily, so we might have fans on TikTok, but please don't.
We run a comedy podcast, jackass. This is going awesome. You guys are great.
Do you, like, smoke a carton of cigarettes before these podcasts? Like...
I feel like this is an attack again on me. I'm not really sure what's happening. No.
I'm all sweaty behind my legs from sitting like this. This podcast has been an uncomfortable one for me.
She's changed. She
But it's
has
okay.
answered her door half naked. We didn't see it, but it happened.
They heard it.
We definitely heard it. We heard it. And she said some pretty horrible things to me. That's for sure. She thought she was off camera. And then she tackled her
Did I
own
bite your toenails while you guys are sleeping?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. If you want it, go for it. But that is a bad choice and a full meal. I'll tell you that right now. I have very large feet. That is a disgusting thing. Like, if you can handle it, go for it, man. But
I think I just puked a little bit in my mouth. I was trying to be funny, and then I just grossed myself out.
yeah, I think we've grossed out a lot more than just you, lady. Because, listen, like, I don't have ugly feet, but they're just very large.
Flintstone feet.
And they're very Flintstone-like, so they just look like a ham with lines drawn in, like that, like for fingers. Like it doesn't. You're just like going, yeah, those aren't good-looking feet. But you would expect to see them in something not fancy, like a darker colored flip-flop, or say a Birkenstock, one of those type of things.
What kind of shoes are you wearing in the summer days? Because I only got to see you the last day it was kind of cold. Because,
Well, so I have.
beginning of March.
It was cold though. Do you remember? Fuck.
I know. It's like I just want to know if you wear Jesus shoes.
Jesus.
Cheapest shoes. You know the cheapest shoes.
Oh.
Birkenstocks.
No, I'm not that good to my feet. I have flip flops that Victoria bought me. They're Nike ones. So I bought a pair and I think I left them. So for the longest time, okay, I've just segued into like 6 different stories. So let's try and take this down. So for the longest time, what I would do, because I didn't really fluctuate in weight, I just got fatter. So I would buy baggy clothes specifically for my trips to Greece, and then I would leave those clothes in Greece. So I would have extra underwear, extra socks, and everything. So I would always have to pack less, and I can bring more items instead of anything like that. So The problem is that when I do that, I sometimes leave stuff over there that I always have the assumption, well, I'll come back next year, but then it's like 3 or 4 years before I get back, and I'm like, fuck, it's a pain in the ass. So I had a pair that were really nice, and I believe I took them to Greece, and I left them there with the hopes, because I'm like, traditionally, I don't really wear shorts. I'm a firm believer in the Don don't wear shorts. That's, I don't, no. If I'm wearing shorts, there's a reason. Like, I am in distress. There's definitely a problem,
SOS.
Yeah. And but I'll just wear the flip-flops that Victoria got me, because they have this like a gel thing, because I have very smooth feet, okay? And they're not very tough. So they're not very calloused or anything, so they're very soft.
You were about to say, I am very sensitive, smooth.
They are very sensitive and very smooth, soft feet, okay? Aww, they are also size 14, and I will shove them right up your ass. So, it's kind of... So, like, I have a hard time, so it's like, if I go to the beach, I have to wear...
Hoochie woochie woo.
This is some 6-star... You know what? That is sexist, okay? It is not fair. I will not stand for it, okay? Because I, in turn, wouldn't do that to you. I call you out like a fellow comedian and say, fuck you, you're a loser, okay? I don't, oh, you poor baby. You poor baby.
Oh, you baby.
I have very sensitive feet. And you know what? I'll be honest, my feet are softer than most people's hands, okay? I just said
because you wear socks all the time.
I do wear socks all the time.
I've been through this.
Wear socks all the time is the key to happiness, okay? And you know what? If there's a fire, I'm not walking around barefoot like a fucking loser, okay? I don't give a shit if I'm in my drawers and my socks. I am ready to camp out. I could conquer a planet, okay? If my genitals are covered and my feet have something between them and the ground, I will take over. That's all I need, okay? And these two, baby, bam! No, I don't know why I said that, but...
Oh, boy.
But yeah, so I like flip-flops. Like, there are some flip-flops that are very hard, and I don't like those. Like, and people are like... And especially... So, Victoria being Chinese, usually when we go over to places, they'll provide sandals. Or like, indoor sandals. And there's no one who has size 14 flip-flops for their inside of their house, right? It just doesn't exist. Because they look at me, they're like, these are a size 10. And I'm like, nah, man. That's not. I'm like, I'll be okay with socks. They're like, won't your feet get cold? I'm like, I'm not going barefoot. That's why I'm wearing socks, so my feet don't get cold. Like, it doesn't. And that's why, like, I remember my one sister-in-law, she would walk around barefoot, and she had like thunder feet. Like, you could hear her walking from like a mile away. And she's like, trust me, she's like super, super thin. She's like 5'11". She was asked to be a model and stuff. Like, she's in great shape. Feet like an elephant when she walks. You're just like, what the fuck? And that's the thing is, I make fun of Victoria because I do this to people. I will creep up right behind them and just sit there. And then once in a while, I'll give them a little right behind their neck. And they'll be like, oh, that was good. Whoa! And they're just looking at me like, oh, where did you come from? I'm like, I am everywhere. I am like the wind,
Like off of, we already discussed this, like off of Big Daddy.
Exactly.
With the guy, or not Big Daddy, the one, Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, yeah.
With the...
Exactly like that.
With the butler.
Except significantly more terrifying. We're actually we're now running out of stuff to talk. Like, she keeps saying, like, yeah, we've heard that story there, loser. God damn. So vicious.
No.
Vicious, man.
I know. I'm using my tablet. It's weird because I see all the pervies that pop up and they're like, hello. Because my messenger comes on my tablet. So as we're talking, I just got hey there. From like somebody that I don't know.
So here's a question for you. If somebody sends you a message and you're like skeezy right away, that you're like, this guy's a pervert, do you immediately block them or just not acknowledge them whatsoever?
I don't acknowledge it whatsoever. Hey, if they're going to watch our show, thank you very much.
I appreciate that commitment. I do appreciate that commitment. I just, like, I have a hard time not responding, and that's like one of the things like for me, if somebody messages me, like, I message right away. I don't like, and that's why it's like you. She made fun of me a couple times because she was like, "Not sleeping." Send me a video. I'm like, "I've seen that before. You're a loser." And she's like, "How are you still awake?" I'm like, "I don't sleep ever." If I see my phone,
It's not like that late. It's like midnight. Like, 'cause I go to bed not that late. Although last night I was so uncomfortable. I'm like the princess in the pea, and I couldn't get comfortable in the bed. So I went and got the air mattress and blew up the air mattress and put it on top of my bed. So now it's like up this hot, like super high. So because it was so uncomfortable. It's not like what I'm used to. It's not mine. So it's like,
oh yeah.
and I'm used to like, it's just not, it's not suited to my body. I need something fluffy, because I'm like, I can't have something firm and hard, because I'm firm and hard. So I need something soft.
Apparently, Princess needs a better mattress, people.
No, it's because I'm firm and hard, so I don't need my mattress to be firm and hard. Ooh, that's a good one.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure that you want to put that out there. Be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm firm and hard. How you doing?" Like, it's not. I'll be honest with you, I've never heard a woman say it, but every man that I've heard say it, it has not gone well. It's just not, it doesn't
like
really
the way
flow.
It sounds for me either.
Yeah.
No, actually, now that you put it like that, I'm like, fuck. I really
I
don't
wanna
want people
take
having
you-
a
I wanna take you-
misconception of my areas at all.
I want to record an episode where we're gonna go get you a new mattress, and you have to describe it to the guy, saying, "So listen, I'm more firm and hard as a person, specifically in the genital area. So I need something that's not firm and hard so I can sleep on it." And then poke him in the belly and be like, "Got any ideas there, loosey-goosey?" And just see if he's like, starts sweating. He's like, "Okay, let's, I couldn't figure out what accent would be less offensive, so I just didn't make up words. I was like, "Nah, this is a bad idea." Yeah.
I'll wear like a nightie too.
Absolutely.
Like, go in there. So
Absolutely.
I'm like totally ready, and big like fluffy slippers.
Listen, if we're gonna go in this, we'll get fucking makeup
Do
people
it.
that can give you like fake jugs and everything. We'll make this like,
I can do
we're
it.
gonna, no, we're gonna have makeup and everything, so it looks real. Okay, we can even have you like,
So that way I look like a playboy.
exactly.
Bunny looking.
That is exactly. I'm thinking. We pull up a car. You run out into the store and full stride. So these big fake cans are like. Then you just stop and be like, "Listen, guy, I need a new mattress. I'll be honest with you, I'm firm and hard." And then just point your crotch, be like, "Right around here, like right in this area, I'm firm and hard. So I need a mattress that's got the opposite, because I like sleeping on things that aren't firm and hard. What's up?" And just start poking him in the belly. I think.
Start rubbing his belly. What's up, baby?
Or maybe even grab his man boob, grab his man boob and just squeeze a little bit. Be like, "Hey."
Start groping it
she's
and be like, "Okay."
I am the worst person alive that I thought that up.
Try to lick it a little.
It's so gross. I feel like the world is a worse place that I said that. That's definitely.
I feel like the world is already bad enough. Don't worry.
It was already a dent. Don't worry about it. A scratch is not gonna make a difference.
Right now.
It's
kind of
horribly
fucked.
fucked.
It's
Listen,
like drawing a cock in spray paint on the side of our world. Like, it's not gonna make a difference.
I feel like somebody somewhere has been like, "You know what the Earth needs? Speed holes. Let's just start lamming. They'll make it go faster. We'll just put holes in everything." And everyone's just going, "I don't know what to do." Because you're like, well, that's the thing is, you're going, okay, well, we should be able to trust police. Well, they killed this guy over an alleged fake $20 bill. Okay, so don't trust police. Okay, but we should be able to trust politicians. Drop them like
I don't know who said that, but that's fucking bullshit.
It was like in the 20s, maybe the 10s, somebody said it, like 1910 someone said it. That's definitely what else. But we should trust that there are watchdogs on our politicians to make sure they do stuff. Let's say that. No, they're just off doing whatever the fuck they want. Then it's like, well, at least the famous people, the ultra wealthy famous people, I'm sure they're still good. And you're like, Apparently, they eat more babies than I do, and they turn its blood into a drug. And you're just like, what? What is fucking going on? And then they're like, oh, and by the way, yeah, so all the Olympics filled with rapists. That's a thing. You're like, oh, okay, why is this happening? And now it's like,
everybody's a rapist. Like, everybody is very inappropriate sexually.
What is happening?
Everybody.
I am not a rapist. I've never been accused of rape, and I have never raped anyone. I
have raped many Care Bears. All of them.
Please,
all the Care Bears.
For the love of fucking Christ, I hope Care Bears is not some new code word that pedos are using. Because I swear to God.
Oh God, fuck.
Because every day something new is pizza. Now it's a handkerchief. And you're just like cupcakes. And you're just like
No, it's never gonna be cupcakes.
Please not.
I hope not.
It's just like it's.
Or else fuck.
But this is what I don't understand. It's like it's gotten so just completely heinous that you're like, I don't know how to deal with this anymore. Like
it's gotten all okay. Remember Dino? Okay, the 666 bullshit that you taught me.
Okay.
Fuck that. No, it means okay. That's all it means.
It means she worships the devil. I'm the devil.
No.
Booyah. No, but realistically.
The Lord devil.
I am the Lord of the devil.
Of darkness.
That's the word I was working for. Thank you. See? This is what teamwork is about.
Got you. Got your 6.
As we discussed earlier, that's a lot of 6. That may not. I would take like 9 to midnight. I would not.
Like, yeah, but it's good because you can't see me. So therefore, it'd be good protection for that spot that you can't see.
Okay. I remember watching, I think it was in Infinity War, when the Winter Soldier picked up a raccoon. The raccoon has a gun. So you got the one guy is shooting this way, and then the raccoon, he lifts up the raccoon, and the raccoon shoots that way, and they spin. And I'm like, I would just have like 3 raccoons strapped to my back, shooting at the back of me. And I'm like, bang, 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 bang. Like, it would be great. I think that.
Oh, that would be great.
That's what.
I love raccoons like God with this show. Remember that cartoon, Raccoons, when we were
Yes! And it was horrible. It was so shit, but I loved watching it. No, because it was a moral of the story, and the raccoons, their faces didn't, like, they looked kind of like raccoons, but then they had this, like, stretch right here that wasn't raccoon-like, and that's where their eyes, like, it was a peculiar thing. It was the same with Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock wasn't good, but we watched it because we're like, meh, nothing else to watch. You have 4 channels, right? But they had a great song. They definitely had a great song. Down at Fraggle Rock. Yeah. Like, that was great. Come on. That was fantastic, right? But
okay, Elf or Harry and the Hendersons?
How can you choose between those? Wait, Harry and the Hendersons was a movie. Was it a show? I did not watch the show.
It was a show.
It was a show?
Oh, it was
I did not. I watched the movie, and the movie had John Lithgow, and it was fantastic. Alf?
Mine's Elf.
Oh, yeah.
Elf. I have an Elf doll, but I can't reach it. I'll show it the next time. But I have an Elf doll.
But don't worry. Princess Unicorn is in reach. Bong is in reach.
No, it's way too high now because my princess bed. It's way too low down there. I can't reach it.
No, I liked Alf, and I loved that he ate cats, because I always threaten Victoria that I'm going to bring Alf back and he's going to eat her cat. Victoria wants to get a new cat.
Oh my God, I have the Elf stuffed animal. So you should totally like...
That might be weird, yeah. Like, hey, Victoria! Is that how you finished with that cat? Was that what it was? It was something like that. Hey.
Do you think Elf is on YouTube? I'm
For sure.
Binge watch Elf
For
tonight.
fucking sure. Awesome. See, that's the thing is, my problem was that, I liked Elf. And the dad, I liked the dad's witty repartee.
The dad.
That was funny.
Yeah, I like him too.
I don't remember the kids. I just remember the kids were written very stupid. They were not smart children. Like, not at all. But the dad and Alf going back and forth, and him always being caught with the cat, like, oh, I was just holding it there. Fuck, I love that part. Especially if somebody had a cat, so I'd be like, that's going to be you. It's gonna be you someday.
Like they pretend like nobody knows what's happening behind their kitchen shutters. I love how like there's so many sitcoms where all they had to do was close. Like how many sitcoms was it? Like there's tons. Like I remember like there's so many sitcoms where all they had to do was close their kitchen shutters.
Yeah.
And then it's called like the breakfast bar or whatever. So they had to close the kitchen shutter to the breakfast bar, and bam, they had this whole other world going behind that kitchen from all their neighbors and all their family
so
and
good.
everything.
No, well that's the frustrating part is like when you have those kind of shows, they were ahead of their time in some forms, right? And that was I liked Alpha's great. I don't remember Harry and the Hendersons being a show. That's a little disturbing.
It was a show.
Maybe this is the Mandela effect. Did it actually exist? Because I remember the movie. I don't remember a show.
Oh.
Interesting.
I think there was a show.
Maybe it never existed. Fuck! Now we gotta find it.
All in my head?
I don't know.
No, there was a show. I mean, my head comes up with some crazy things, but like a Harry and the Henderson show, I'm not that creative. I don't think I've seen the movie. So I know I haven't seen the movie. Are you looking it up?
I'm looking up right now.
Are you going to Google whether or not bears make noise?
There was a TV series. There was a TV series. It was 3 seasons long.
Yeah.
But I have no recollection
Okay,
what's. Oh yeah, I remember it, and it sucked because I
It was
did
like
not
around
like him.
Coach days, like the show.
Why
Coach.
would you watch Coach? Why would watch Coach? Coach was awesome, and you know what? As I got older,
Coach.
I was like, Coach is the balls. He was fantastic.
I have a season of Coach, although it's very like dated, like for the women and men and the rules and stuff like that.
It's a little southern. It's a little southern too.
It's very southern.
Yeah,
it's real southern ways.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit dated.
Do you know that he does?
But it's great.
Do you know that he does the voice for Mr. Incredible?
No.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's got a great voice. I forget what his name is now.
He does.
But he does have a great voice.
So do I.
So, we're just about out of time. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. As we said before, we're not only on YouTube, but we're also on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify, because we're so cool.
We're on everything.
And
sorry, guys.
Almost everything. We're also on, but as well, we're on... We're not on Pornhub. That's definitely not true. I can guarantee I'm not on Pornhub. I've observed lots of Pornhub, but never been on it.
I probably am. I don't know. I am.
Let us know if you find her. Let us know. Send us a clip.
Please.
Yeah. Just send us an address in the things. So yeah, let's get motivated.
Send it to me.
Let's get motivated. This would be. This has been interesting. Definitely.
I need to do that whole show with all this shit in my face.
What to motivate with? Let me think. You know what, guys? Let's say, motivation for these times is a little bit tricky. Let's shoot with, no, it is, right? There have been, during quarantine, huge, massive spikes of people being infected, people having significant crimes, lots of things are on the go, and it's become a crazy world. But one of the things that's not being mentioned is that there are some states that, nothing. They were responsible, and they locked down early, and they have very few of those things happening. Now, I think what I want to say is that there's a reason for that, and there's an anecdote. I remember my dad used to tell me, and the whole idea was that if you asked the farmer if he knew who the new king was, he would just say, "Yeah, I heard there's a new one. I have fields to work. I have my own problems." And we're seeing that. So a lot of it was in the middle, the farm territory of the U.S. was where people were very thoughtful about their neighbors. They took the time and everything, and we're not hearing about a lot of issues happening now. I know that a lot of people, we make that accusation that people who live out in the country are bumpkins and they don't know this and they don't experience this kind of stuff. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. They do move at a slower pace. I'll say that. That's fair. That doesn't mean that they're any less smart or anything. No, country life is a little bit slower pace. That's true, right? It's a little more relaxed. Okay, just there's no fervor, the rush that you would see in a large cosmopolitan center. That doesn't make it wrong, and it doesn't mean they're any less productive. And in a time when we're seeing so many people, stop making those faces mid of my thing.
Keep
She's
going.
like, making faces.
Well, because
Anyways,
it's like,
I'm getting
actually,
there.
they're probably a lot smarter.
No.
Okay,
you
go ahead.
You can't equate things that way. Okay?
Okay.
I have spoken. The point is this. We now have the ability to get anything delivered to you at home. You have resources that are less available in city centers than they are outside of the city. You have the internet, technology, security, safety, all these things that have factored in that people fight for day and night, all to just piss them away, to say, you know what I'd rather do is live in a really small apartment on top of another 20 people living in small apartments. That sounds great. This makes no sense, right, guys? And what I'm trying to say is that, yes, there is certain difficulties with being outside of the city, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not encouraging to live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere like some people want you to do, okay? These people up there. Okay?
No, I don't want everybody to do that. I'm going to do that. Everybody can stay the fuck away.
What I'm saying is that, considering options that aren't maybe in a cosmopolitan center, or maybe even looking into a field that wasn't what you want. Like, if you have people who are like, I've worked at a grocery store for 6 years. Why? That's all the job I can get. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Why are you bothering? Why are you wasting your time? We're stuck in this rut listening to people are telling us what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all these other things, when in actuality, we haven't actually had an input into our own lives. Just stop, take a breath, and think about it. Because right now, it's an insane amount of upheaval that is happening. A lot of it is for the good. Some of it is misguided. I will say that. And time will tell. But right now, things are getting crazy, and I think it's really a great time to stop and think about what's happening and how we can move forward with the right foot instead of making assumptions and hang on to ignorance that has obviously proved no benefit to mankind. I think that's all I got to say. Crystal, you want to say something, huh? You want something to say?
Be resourceful, folks. Be resourceful. Anything can happen at any time. And that's it. So I'm not going to go any further with that. I'm Crystal Morency. You can find me at Simply Me on YouTube, Crystal Morency, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and Dino.
Well, first I'm going to do a lot of research for tomorrow's episode where she's going to talk my ass off about this bullshit. So we're going to do another episode of that. You can look forward to it, guys. But Dear the Genetic Marvel Guys on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I have a Twitter account, but I don't really tweet as well. Morning Motivational Rant, guys. As I said, we're on YouTube. We have an Instagram where we send out notifications. We have Facebook where we are putting on videos and some clips. Yeah, it's all happening. It's all exciting, guys. Please follow us. Listen to us at Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. Have a great day, guys. Be motivated, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.